So this is the second lecture of System Verilog English playlist, and in today's video we are going to cover Testbench. What is Testbench? What is the purpose? What is test environment? What all different components it has? So everything we will discuss in detail. So starting with what is Testbench? A test bench is a crucial component of digital hardware and software development, especially in the field of digital design and electronic circuitry. It is an environment or simulation platform which is used to verify the functionality of our digital design, integrated circuit, or a software module. Test benches serve several important purposes like testing and debugging, ensuring the correct operation of the design, and verifying that it meets its specifications. So you can see this figure on the screen. We have DUT, that is design under test. This DUT is accepting some inputs from the test, performing its operation, and then providing its output. This output is again given to the test, and finally it will monitor, it will check whether the DUT is performing its correct operations or not. That means whether it is giving the performance as per the expectation or not. A test bench is essentially a simulated environment or a software framework which is created to test and evaluate the behavior of our digital design and its various components. It acts as an interface between the test environment and the DUT, generates signal which is given as an input to the DUT, and then monitor its output. Test benches are commonly used in digital hardware design, FPGA programming, ASICs verifications, and software development to ensure the readability and correctness of the target system. Talking about the purpose of a test bench, so first one is functional verification. The primary purpose of a test bench is to verify the functionality of a design or a module. It tests whether the DUT behaves as per the expectations in various different conditions or not. Next is debugging. So a test bench assists to locate the errors or the issues within the design at the early stage of the design development. With this, it reduces the costly errors in the final product. Next is performance analysis. So a DUT can be used to evaluate the functionality of a DUT under various conditions and workloads. Next one is stress testing. The meaning of stress testing is that we have to verify our design whether the DUT is performing properly with various conditions or not, and for that we subject it into our extreme conditions and then check whatever outcome we are getting that is correct or not. That is called the stress testing. So for all these purposes we use test bench. Now you can see this figure on the screen. This is the complete test environment. In this we have the generator, driver, monitor, scoreboard, checker, assertions, DUT. So what all these components are doing, what is the meaning, what actual task they are performing, everything now we will discuss. So starting with the signal and command layer. Signal layer consists the DUT and the command layer consists driver, monitor, and assertions. So at the bottom we have signal layer that contains DUT and the signals that connect it to the test bench. The next level up is the command layer. So DUT's input are driven by the driver that runs the single command such as bus read or write. DUT's output is captured by the monitor. It takes the signal transitions and group them together as a command. Assertions also cross command or signal layer as they look at individual signals but look for changes across an entire command. So this signal layer includes the following operations. First one is driving inputs. Whatever commands are coming to the drivers that has given to the DUT as a signal. Now these signal can be your clock signal, your control signal, or your data input. Next is capturing outputs. So whatever operation is performed by the DUT, the final outcome will be captured, and this captured output will be further analyzed to ensure whether the DUT has given the correct outcome or not. Next is monitoring and checking. For that purpose, we are using assertions here. Basically, we are adding some monitoring and checking logic in the signal layer to ensure whether the DUT is performing correct operation or not, whether the output matches to the expected outcome or not. Talking about the command layer, so it performs the command generation, transaction level modeling, and control flow. In command layer, we might have some code that generates some sequences or the transactions to verify the DUT's performance. Suppose if we have to test the memory controller, so for that purpose we need to generate the command for the memory read and write. Next is transaction level modeling. So in command layer, TLMs, that is transaction level modelings, are described into the higher level of abstractions. These TLMs can simplify the test bench development and make it more readable. Next is control flow. So command layer also handles the sequencing and timing of the command. It ensures whether the commands are issued at a proper time or not, in a proper order or not. So this is all about the signal and the command layer. The next one is functional layer. In this layer, we have agent, checker, and scoreboard. So functional layer in the System Verilog Testbench mainly focuses on verifying the functional correctness of the DUT. It includes the generation of the functional test, tracking the functional coverage by using the assertions, and also checking the expected results. The goal of this layer is to ensure that the DUT's performance matches with its specification and the requirements. This functional layer feeds the command layer. Here the agent receives the higher level of transactions such as DMA read or write and then convert it into an individual commands. These commands will be given to the drivers and also to the scoreboard in order to predict the result. A checker is also there which compares the command from the monitor which we are getting from the input and the scoreboard. Next is scenario layer, where we have generator. So this scenario layer is nothing but a conceptual layer of the test bench, which focuses on defining and implementing the specific test scenarios or the use cases of the DUT to verify its functionality. These scenarios could represent different operational modes, different test scenarios, sequences and actions, also the real world application scenarios. Now, as a verification engineer, it is very important to understand what is scenario. So just consider an MP3 player. So we use this player just to play a song. So what all different tasks this MP3 player can perform? First, it can play a song, it can download a song, it can search a song from the memory. Also, whatever data it is accepting from the user side, like volume increase or volume decrease, or play another song, that is a previous song or the next song or a specific song. So these all tasks are performing by this MP3 player. So these are nothing but the different scenarios which I am trying to explain you. So similarly, in our design also, there could be different scenarios which we have to test. By that, we have to verify whether our design is performing properly or not. So this scenario layer focuses on testing the DUT by applying predefined scenarios and evaluating its response. The final one is the test layer and the functional coverage. So this test layer is the top level of the entire test environment, and everything is happening inside this test layer. It involves writing the test benches and test sequences, applying inputs, monitoring outputs, and performing various operations to access the DUT whether it is performing correctly or not. Functional coverage in a System Verilog test bench is nothing but a measure of how comprehensively the DUT functionalities has been tested. It quantifies which part of the design functionality have been exercised during the simulation and which haven't. Functional coverage metrics are typically defined as a coverage goal that specify certain conditions or functionalities that should be covered. This functional coverage measures the progress of all the tests, whether it is fulfilling all the requirements in the verification plan or not. Now this functional coverage code can be constantly modified as per the project requirement. So this is the reason this functional coverage is not the part of the test environment. So this is it guys, we have covered the entire test environment. We have discussed in detail about all the components, what are the operation performing by these components, what is the purpose of using the test bench. I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, if some point is not clear to you, just try to watch this video 2 to 3 times because the concept is new and we are discussing a very in-depth concept, a very technical concept. So pause the video, try to understand the concept, watch this video 2-3 times, prepare the proper notes, and still if you have any doubt, do let me know in the comment box. In next video we will cover System Verilog data types. So keep watching and subscribe VLSI Point to get the notification of the latest update.